Good evening, good evening, good evening. I want to listen to my theme song for a little bit. Yes. Heal the world. That's my theme song. I hope y'all can hear this. Let me know if you can hear my theme song, Heal the World, by Michael Jackson. I'm so glad to see y'all tonight. I see Tanita and Gloria. How are you? Hi, LaFlynn. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. Okay, thank you, Tanita. I'm so glad you can hear it. This is my theme song. Hi, Shalita. Heal the world. That's what we're called to do, is to heal the world. Welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I'm going to be doing this as a trial for the next 30 days, the next 4 weeks. And I'll be coming in every Tuesday and Thursday evening from 9 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. I'm going to take one topic a week. And this week, good evening, everybody. This week, our topic for this week is self-sabotage. I'm going to let this song play just a little bit, and I hope that it ministers to you the way it ministers to me. Michael Jackson's Heal the World. As you all are coming in this evening. It's only 30 minutes, and you all are welcome to come in if you have a question or a scenario that you want to talk about. You're more than welcome to come in. I'm sorry, I'm kind of maneuvering some things. Heal the world. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. I'm Shanrae Price, and this is Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I'll be coming on for the next 30 days or the next 4 weeks, and we're just going to try this out. I'm being obedient to the leading of the Lord. I've been inspired by God to do this. Just to give you a quick brief, just give you something brief. Let me turn this off so I'm not repeating myself. I am qualified to do this. My degrees are in psychology and organizational management. I have I've had previous clients in the past, and I have I have clients at this time. I do life coaching. I've done counseling, and again, I've been inspired by the Lord to do Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I want to do something really quick because I'm welcome you all to please come in if you choose to. I'll bring you in Facebook Live, or you can just type a question or scenario, and we can go over it if you choose to. Our topic for this week is called self-sabotage. But before I get started, I want to go on and read my website disclaimer. And whoever comes in, and if we're talking about a topic, we have up to 3 people that can come in 10 minutes at a time. Or if we just have one person that just needs to go over some things or get some pointers with some different things, we can use the whole 30 minutes for them on this evening. But let me go on and read my disclaimer if you don't mind. It says, please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that we're using, there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, all replies are to be used as advisory and informational only and will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself, counselors, and or counseling services are subject to the limitations of current and available material. The final responsibility for successfully achieving a goal rests with you, the individual or the client. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information does change frequently, and it is recommended that clients, yourself, individuals will consult with physicians, other specialists, and or your religious leaders to aid in your overall behavioral wellness. So that is my disclaimer. And as you all decide to come in, I need you to agree either yes or no if you agree with the disclaimer that I've read at the beginning of the top of this. So let's get started, guys. And let me know if you want to come in. But this week's topic is called self-sabotage. And this is something that we've all been, have experienced in our lifetime, self-sabotage. And so I want to go on and start out, and I'm not assuming that you don't know what the definition of self-sabotage is, but I'd like to go on and give the definition that I came up with. And then we can move on from there. Hi, Superwoman. How are you? Welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. Okay, the topic again is called self-sabotage. If you have any questions or scenarios, please type them. Or if you want to come in, let me know and I will bring you in again. Okay, so self-sabotage is a behavior said to be self-sabotaging when it creates problems and interferes with long-standing goals. The most common self-sabotaging behaviors are 1, procrastination, something that we've all experienced, procrastination, or we've all done. Self-medication with drugs or alcohol, and comfort eating. Some people's vices are comfort eating, and forms of self-injury such as cutting. So these acts may seem helpful in the moment, but they ultimately undermine us, especially when we engage in them repeatedly. Good evening, everybody that's coming in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So again, I'm going to reiterate one of the 3 most common forms of self-sabotage. One is procrastination, which is something that is extremely common with any one of us. Procrastination, self-medication, which can be drugs, it could be alcohol, or it can also be for eating, comfort eating, or forms of self-injury such as cutting, which there are some people that have, experienced that, the cutting, and even anemia and being not anemic, being bulimic and anorexic, those type of things. So I want to go on and I want to dig a little bit deeper. Hi, Juanita, how are you? To dig a little bit deeper into it. Procrastination, let's define that. And again, I don't want to assume that you don't know what that is, but I like to go on and dig a little bit deeper and to just define certain things. Sex as well. Thank you, Superwoman. And that's going to be Thursday. We're going to get totally on the sex addictions, because that is extremely common, whether you are married or whether you are single. Sex addiction is a very strong vice of self-sabotage, and that opens a whole lot of doors and a whole lot of different ways with that. See, thank you. You're on it, Superwoman. And you hitting my Thursday topic right there, sex addiction. All right, but we're going to move on. I want to go on and define a little bit what procrastination. So procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. We all have experienced that, procrastination. A lot of times, some of us, if not most of us, this is something that we deal with constantly, procrastinating. But we're going to move on with this. Self-medication is a human behavior in which an individual uses a substance or any oxygenous influence to self-administer treatment for physical or psychological ailments. The most widely self-medicated substances are over-the-counter drugs, which are used to treat common health issues at home, as well as dietary supplements. And yes, going back into bulimia. Hello, Marva. Bulimia and anorexia, when you using different forms of diet pills or something to kind of control you or help you feel better, different things like that. We're gonna we're gonna talk a little bit more on that as well. Self-injury, self-harm is hurting yourself on purpose. Self-harm is not a mental issue. It isn't, but a behavior that indicates a lack of coping skills. Several illnesses are associated with this, including borderline personality disorders, depression, eating disorders, and anxiety, and other things as well. But these are the 3 most common self-sabotage vices that most people most people experience. If you have any questions, if you have any scenarios, this is the time to come on in. And again, procrastination, which is very common. That's just very common. Self-medication, self-injury. So people aren't always aware of their own self-sabotage, as the effects of their behavior may not show up for some time. Now, I can tell you something that I discovered. I am a gastric bypass patient, and I have been I've been a gastric bypass survivor for the last 14 and a half years. Those that know me, they knew I used to be over 500 pounds. And so that was a tool that I was blessed to be able to use to help me maintain my weight. I was not a crazy overeater. I ate basically once a day, but because my body kept storing the fat because I didn't eat regularly, that's what helped cause me to gain so much weight and different things like that. I've always been very active. I've exercised, and then I've never ever been a small petite type person. I've always been a life-size person, but my weight got out of control. So as I was going through the different scenarios, the different classes when I had my surgery, I learned something about myself. I learned that comfort eating, I would eat when I was nervous. I would find something to put in my mouth when I was nervous to help me feel better. And I did, and I found out after I had the surgery, procrastination is a sin and keeps us from operating in the Spirit of God. Yes, you are right, Alice. Yes, and we're going to hit on that. We're going to come back and hit on, because this is something that is something very common. Hi, Willie. Pastor Willie, how are you? And Pastor Willie understands because he pastors people. So I know that he teaches tools to help people overcome specific things. I'm quite sure procrastination is on the top list of it as well. So I'm going to go back to my scenario. I found out about myself, hi Swaysa, that I used a form of comfort eating. Whenever I experienced anything that was not exactly tragic, but it just made me uncomfortable. And once I zeroed in on that, I learned how to do something different when something out of the ordinary happened, or just some emergency that occurred. When I went to grab some crackers or something to eat, I had to stop that. And I had to zero in and do something different. First of all, I had to start praying. Really just immediately start praying. I am a Christian. I'm a Christian-based counselor. I do stand on virtue ethics because that is the closest to what I believe in, the golden rule and all of that. Anything done in excess can be considered a sin. It's gluttony. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Superwoman. It is considered gluttony. But people aren't always aware of their own self-sabotage. And like I said, it took me to go through certain classes when I had my gastric bypass surgery. And then it showed me when something happened later on, that during that time of intensity or something going on, I was trying to grab some animal crackers or some crackers or something to try to help me cope with what was going on at the time. And once I zeroed in on that, I realized, oh my God, I'm using food to comfort me. And then it helped me to balance things out and to redirect myself with different things. So again, people aren't always aware of their own self-sabotage, as the effects of their behavior may not show up for some time, like with me. And unfortunately, connecting a behavior to self-sabotage or self-defeating consequences is no guarantee that a person will disengage from this behavior. Still, it is possible to overcome almost any form of, I'm turning the page, guys, almost any form of self-sabotage. And people do it every day. There are behavioral therapies aimed at interrupting ingrained patterns of thought and action and strengthening deliberation and self-regulation or self-control processes. So motivational therapies reconnect people with their goals and with their values. And there are even computer programs that help eliminate the constant temptation of online distractions. I'm getting ready to go back now. Thank you, Alice. I'm getting ready to go back now to see if anyone asked a question. Hey, Levon, how are you? I'm trying to, and I have this on the stand, so I'm okay. So gluttony, thank you so much. Procrastination is a sin, like you said, Alice. Yes, it is. So, all right, well, let's start. Since everyone has been talking about procrastination, does anyone have any example? If they have any example, any type of anything on here that they actually zeroed in on, he said, I'm good, thanks for asking. Anyone has a scenario that you can actually share with us this evening concerning procrastination, if you want to. And again, this is all about us overcoming and moving, just moving past some things that may cause us not to get to the places that we want to get to and do the things that we want to get to. Is there anyone on here? You can either come on if you want to come on. I'll bring you on and you want to discuss it, or you can write it on here. So let me know if you want to give a personal scenario about procrastination. But if not, I'm going to Tammy Bagley, how are you? All right. There are 5 ways. And I'm going to give you 5 key points. And if someone can write them down for me, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to write, I'm sorry, I use the excuse that I work better under pressure. You know what? I know a lot of people that say that, Superwoman, that you use the excuse that you work better under pressure instead of preparing. You used to procrastinate until I saw what it was doing to me on the inside. Okay. All right, Alice. Alice, do you want to come on? You a Supermom. Do you want to come on and explain further what you just shared with us? Tina said she was lying. You were lying, Superwoman. You were lying to yourself, or were you lying to anyone else? You had procrastinated. Okay. At what point did you figure this out, that this was not beneficial for you, Alice and Superwoman? At what point did you figure out that procrastination was not a beneficial tool for you to be able to succeed and to get to the place that you wanted to get to? You were lying to yourself. Okay, that's something that's quite common. Yes, Alice, you want to come on? Yeah, okay, I'm going to invite you on, Alice. I'm getting ready to bring Alice Morgan on, guys. Okay, I'm trying to bring her on. Hold on. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get her on. I'm trying to invite Alice. Let's get her on here. Here we go. Alice, I see you. Uh-oh. Oops. Y'all, please bear with me. I have a new stand that I'm working with. I have a new stand that I'm working with, and I'm learning how to maneuver this stand while I'm doing this. So y'all, please bear with me. Okay, if she wants to share the rest of what she was saying with us. Hi, Sheila. How are you? And Superwoman was saying that she was lying to herself about procrastination. Wow. That's something that's very common with us. It's so much easier for us to see someone else's. She said, you knew it all the time, but a lot of time depression kept me from moving forward. Okay. Yes. I'm waiting for Alice to come in. It looks like it's not happening. Let me ask you something, Superwoman. Did you seek the professional help of a pastor or a counselor to aid you through you procrastinating, you getting through this getting over this procrastinating mindset? No answer. Superwoman, I'm gonna bring you in, Superwoman. If you can, I'm invite her in. Because a lot of times people that overcome specifics, they're the ones, they can truly help you. The guest declined the live video invitation. All right, all right, that's okay. She said, I'm still getting help today. Okay. You know what? That's right. And it's okay to stay, um, continue to get the different targets that we need, the different targets that help remind us, to help remind us um, how to stay positive and how to continue to think positive concerning concerning different things that we need to overcome in our life. But you said you accepted it. Send it again. Yes, I will. Okay, I'm going to send it again, Alice. You accepted it. Send it again. Okay. All right. We're going to try to get Alice on again so she can explain what she was writing about, because I can't get across to you all what she experienced with this procrastination. And Alice is a Christian believer like I am. And so I know that
There we
when.
go.
Hi, Alice, how are you?
Do I need to turn my light on?
Turn it on if you can so everyone can see you.
Not this, turn the light over here on the lamp, honey. Oh, I can remember. First of all, thank you for having me on here. It had me to turn, that's my big head son back there. Y'all see him. It had it's still kind of dark. You want me to turn on my bigger light?
No, don't worry about it. We see you.
Because
Introduce
I
yourself to
put my head on
everyone.
my head because my head toe up right now.
It's okay.
Thank you for inviting me to come on. And it is a pleasure and an honor to be in the midst of everyone. But I'm not going to have a long story here. But I can remember and recall when I was growing up, and especially when I reached adulthood, and I wanted to, there were so many things that I wanted to do. But I would always say that I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and then I don't never do it. And it got to the point where I would sit back and look over my life. And I was starting to hit my late 20s and getting into my 30s. I started sitting back and examining myself. And I started just looking at where I was or how far I could have been. And if I didn't procrastinate, and if I didn't let fear stand in the way, if I didn't let doubt stand in my way, if I didn't let other people even stand in my way, I could have been a lot further on. But procrastination did nothing but on the inside of me, but had me to honestly doubt myself. It had me to be fearful in moving. Procrastination had me to even be just, I was frustrated a lot, honestly. I became frustrated and irritated with myself, and then, when you allow all of these things to come up in your mind, you begin to allow the enemy himself to play on these things.
That's
Because
right.
when it knows that you're weak and that you're vulnerable, he's going to play on those things to try to bring you down so that you don't get to your destiny, so that you don't grow, so that
That's
you
right.
don't do what you said you're going to do. But
That's
I'll
right.
tell you, when the Lord got me out of that, and then I saw a friend of mine and one of my older sisters, I seen them doing the same thing. When the Lord delivered me, I seen them doing the same thing that I used to do. And I said, Lord, if you birth something in me, I said, I promise you that I'll take it all the way to the end.
Okay.
So the Lord birthed a book in me. I didn't know that I had it in me to write. Or I ain't know nothing about writing no sentence other than in school and doing homework and stuff. But the Lord birthed a book in me in 2008. And it's sitting
Awesome.
in the editing, publishing department right now. But I thank God, because I told the Lord, without you, I won't write a sentence, a paragraph, or nothing.
That's right.
So
That's
you
right.
gave me every title and everything. So when you come out of operating in fear, and then out
Yes.
of operating in procrastination and operating out of doubt, and you come out of all of them negative things that can starve and suffocate your spirit, man, then God will move.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
Yes.
does. Yes, he
So
does.
that's my take on procrastination.
Uh, and look at you now. And I mean, I thank you for being so honest and so candid with us concerning
Praise
how
God.
you overcame, like you said, fear, false evidence appearing real. That
That's
fear,
right.
and you sitting there and see, it's really easy to let people stop us from the things that we need to
That's right.
do. Especially when we
Yeah.
share our dreams and our visions with people, and they say, "Oh, because they don't understand what's birthed in you."
That's right.
So when you share it with them, the first thing anyone would do is to be negative and say, oh no, that's not how you're going to do this. You don't have the money, you don't have this, you don't have the other. But
That's right.
it makes it easy for us to sit there and procrastinate and say, I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
whether you're a Christian or you're a non-Christian believer, if you need to do something, if you know that it's something that you were created to do, faith
That's
is
right.
faith is faith, whether you're a Christian
That's
believer
right.
or you're not. Faith is faith. If you
Praise
step
God.
out and
That's
do
right.
something that you may not know every detail of, because
That's right.
we don't know everything about what we're going to do, like what I'm
What?
doing
That's
tonight.
right.
I could have procrastinated. I felt the charge to do this evening.
Right.
Me stepping out on faith, it's not easy doing this, but to do it, I don't know the end process of it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I could have
That's right.
procrastinated, but you know what helped me not procrastinate? Me going on and
Yeah.
starting to advertise it almost 6 weeks ago. And so when you
My
put it out there, that
God.
means you got to do it, right?
That's right. The
So
Lord will make the way if we just step out on faith, like you said, faith is faith. If
faith
we
is
just
faith.
step out on faith and we just believe, just have that faith as small as a mustard seed, and we just believe, our mountains can be removed. You know, people always say, I got this enemy and I got that enemy, but we just don't know we our own worst enemy. We our
Yes, we
own
are.
worst.
Yes, we
We can
are.
mess up our own selves a whole
That's
lot of times.
that's
And we
right.
prevent God from moving. We prevent him from opening up doors
That's
because
right.
we refuse to get out of the way.
That's right. But you know what? I salute you and I congratulate you. Thank you so much, Alice, for coming on and being so open and
God
candid.
bless you.
And
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 I
and just
tell you,
oh,
woman
I'm
of
telling
God,
you, thank you for everything. And I'm going to be back on Thursday. You are more than welcome to be on this platform and to help, because this is where as God helps us and we overcome, then we're to heal other people as well. And I
that's
stand
right.
on that.
That's
And I
right. And
stand
I
on
just
that.
want to tell you, God bless you for everything that the Lord has you doing. I'm so
Oh,
happy and
thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you. God is moving by his
Thank you.
spirit in your life. And glory be to God for what he's doing. God bless you, sis. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. And God bless you too. And I'm going to lock
You're
because my
welcome.
time
I'm
is
going to
almost
still
up.
stay
So I will
on, but I'm
thank
going
you.
to be
I
in
will
the
see you
cut.
Thursday, Alice. Thank you. Bye bye.
All
Bye
right. God
bye.
bless. Bye bye. Love you.
Okay, everyone. We thank you all. Thank you all so much this evening. Okay, Alice, you want to stay on with me, girl? There we go. There we go. Um, we thank you all so much for this evening. 30 minutes. Somebody said 30 minutes. That's right. Tanita said this needs to be 1 hour, not 30 minutes. I'm gonna stay on a couple more minutes, guys. But I want to give you all the 5 different ways, 5 different well, I'm sorry, that's my time. I'm gonna put another 10 minutes on here for the timer. But thank you, Tanita. Let me clear it and start it again. I'm sorry. But I want to give everyone the 5 ways to stop sabotaging yourself. And I thank you again, Miss Alice, for being so candid and coming on. I'm gonna give you my scripture, one of the scriptures that I stand on, even with this. But let's start with the 5 different ways that we can stop sabotaging ourselves. One is we need to stop dwelling on if only. If only I had money. If only I had the connections. I'm freezing. Am I still freezing, guys? Let me know if I'm still freezing. Am I still freezing? Hello? Am I okay? I see. Am I still freezing? Dante, okay. Let me make sure I'm not freezing. Am I still freezing, guys? Okay, I hope not. Somebody let me know if I'm still freezing. Know if I'm still freezing, guys. Am I still freezing? Okay, you got me back. There we go. Okay, so there are 5 ways to stop sabotaging yourself. Thank you, Danny. First one is stop saying if only. If only, like Alice just shared her testimony. If only I did only this. Stop saying that to yourself. If only I had money. If only I had the connections. Just stop saying that. And you know what? Start telling yourself why you can do this. I had to learn this. Someone told me some years ago, it was a pastor's wife that I knew, and she's deceased at this time. But I'm telling you, I can tell you how many different reasons why I could not do this, that, and the other. And she looked at me and she said, why do people do that? We can talk ourselves out. We can talk ourselves out of anything. And she said, why don't you start telling yourself why you can do that? So I'm saying, even with that number one, stop saying if only this, if only, and say, I can do this, I can do that. The second reason, the second tactic is being afraid of your thoughts. What Alice shared, fear. That fear. Yes. A lot of times we are afraid because we don't know a whole journey that we're going to take. That's right, Tina. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Yes. Yes, it is. So if you keep speaking certain things, it will just manifest itself. So what you want to do is start speaking positive things so it can manifest the positive things that you want, that God showed you or that you've seen in your head that I want to do. The third thing is burying your feelings. Listen, it's okay. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to feel, but you know what? Don't let it overtake you. It's okay to feel, it's okay to have some negative feelings, but don't let it overtake you. The fourth key here is habitually starting tomorrow. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Some of y'all, I'm a singer. So the first thing that comes into my mind is tomorrow. It's a song. And all I think about is the whining song, Tomorrow. I'll give my life tomorrow. And it's so easy for us to say, you know what, I have more time. I could just do this tomorrow. Don't do that. I don't care if you take 10 minutes. Say I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my day. And I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. And you look up a week later and you've been accomplished so many different things. So many different things towards a great goal for you. The fifth and final positive way to turn around self-sabotage is letting inertia harm you rather than help you. Now I'm going to define inertia. Inertia is a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. Inertia is a tendency to do nothing. Just be sedentary. I ain't gonna do it. Okay? Or to remain unchanged. Listen, anything that don't grow, anything that don't change for the better, and y'all fill in the blanks right there. Y'all fill in the blanks. So everything has to grow. Plants grow. Everything has to grow, including us. Yes, change is a part of life. Change is not easy. Change it comes because we don't know everything about the situation, but change is necessary. So again, We're going to talk on Thursday. We're going to continue this topic about self-sabotage. And I want to thank all of you all that logged on with us this evening and that shared parts of your life story, because this is all about us healing. And if those of us that's overcome and healed in certain areas, we want to make sure that we help other people overcome. We want to help other people heal. So again, this week's topic is self-sabotage. I gave you the three top ways that people sabotage themselves. Through procrastination, which we hit on tonight, self-medication, and self-injury or self-harm. I'm going to give the 5 ways again. The 5 ways that we can stop sabotaging ourselves. Changes causes growth. Yes, it does. Thank you, Queen. You're absolutely right. 5 ways to stop this self-sabotaging is stop telling yourself, if only I could do this, if only I had this. Number 2, being afraid of your thoughts. No fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Number 3, burying your feelings. Burying your feelings. That's not healthy, guys. Number 4, habitually starting tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow, though, guys. And number 5, letting inertia harm you rather than to help you. And inertia, again, is a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. Let me give you the scripture that I had for this week, and you can write it down. But the scripture that I based this on, and thank you, Superwoman, because your scripture is right along with this one. Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." And then if you move down to verse 12 of Proverbs 23, it says, "Apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge." And I'm telling you, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Thank you again for coming on this evening with Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. This week's topic is self-sabotage. If you want to talk about a scenario, or if you want to if you have anything, a question, you can email me. My email is shanrae.price@gmail.com. And I will see you all again. This is my theme song, guys. This is my theme song. And so you're going to hear me start it, and you're going to hear me finish with it. But God bless you guys until Thursday. Thank you all. And I stand on Heal the World. So let me turn it up a little bit. Proverbs 23:7 and 12. That's right. It's about us healing the world. God bless you all. Listen. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, everyone, for being on tonight. Inbox me and let me know if any of this was helpful for you this evening. We're going to pick up on Thursday, and we're going to talk on sexual addictions. That's a part of that self-sabotaging with sex addictions. God bless you. Good night.